Great speech. I would love to pop it up for Vinny from all the way from Denver. It's okay. My name is Aaron Wardick. Jeremy and Lauren are great friends of mine. Before I get into the speech, I think it's first important that we recognize the families. First to Lois and Michael and the entire Hesteckler family. Let's hear it for the Hestekler's. Rick and Diane and Mark and the entire family of Jeremy. Let's hear it for Jeremy's family. While we're acknowledging special groups, I would be remiss without acknowledging Jeremy's two groups of friends. We have the boys over here and the guys over there. So, I got married about 2 years ago, and I had a rehearsal dinner. Jeremy got up there and gave a speech, and there was a point in time for Jeremy's rehearsal dinner where he told me, listen, when you get up there, don't embarrass me. Be appropriate, make sure you keep it classy. I don't want you to do anything that is a little bit beneath you. But I'd like to remind you, Jeremy, at my rehearsal dinner, you got up there in front of my future grandparents-in-law and told them the story about my first weekend in college when you lost me and then found me passed out drunk at a laundromat 2 hours away. And then I'd like to remind you again, Jeremy, that the first time and first experience I had with you, we were at Madison Square Garden at a Dave Matthews concert where I saw you running through the hallway with your pants at your ankles because you couldn't hold it in and you had to go pee-pee. Pee-pee comment in the back, the pee-pee works. So, as I mentioned, Jeremy and I go back to high school. We were friends then. We became even closer in college at the University of Maryland. And we've continued to continue our relationship. And I think one thing I love about Jeremy, among many other qualities, is his incessant need to stay in touch with all of his friends and keep the conversation open at all times. It's hard to stay in touch as you get older. You have work and you have your own families. But every Monday, when I show up, I look at my Gmail, and I got an email. Jeremy doesn't even have anything to say. It's usually something pretty boring. He'll be like, hey, Tommy shot an 83 the other day. Did you hear what Trump said? Crazy. I think it's just Jeremy's nature. He wants to have open conversation and make sure that everyone is, staying in touch with each other. And every now and then, we still get to go out, which is even more exciting. It's better than the email exchanges, which are obviously so exciting, as I just mentioned. But we'll get to go out, all of us, and it's a rare occasion, but we always have fun. We even get to stay out late sometimes, 9:15, 9:30. And every group of friends has that one person that always wants to keep the night going, ordering the extra shot. For tonight, we'll call that person Graham. And what I love about Jeremy is that he's grown into such a mature, responsible young man where the rest of us, we get enticed. We'll have an extra shot. We'll stay out a little bit later. But there will be Jeremy sipping his water because he knows at 4 o'clock in the morning he has to wake up because he's got 30 miles to run, 20 miles to swim, 10 miles to bike. We heard about Jeremy's nickname, the Hebrew Hammer. He's got many nicknames. One of them I want to talk about is the nickname that we call Eggs. Many of you don't know this, but Jeremy has a nickname, Eggs. He loves eggs. He loves it in many different ways, but there was a time when Jeremy wasn't this smooth working professional, was able to keep himself under control and not take that extra shot. We were in the Hamptons one weekend. We came back. We stopped off at this deli called Hilltop, which is known for their egg sandwiches. Who's had a Hilltop hobo? Yeah, that's him in the corner over there. So you figure after a long weekend, you want a sandwich, you want an egg sandwich, it's right on the way. We go in, the rest of us order our hobos, and then we look at Jeremy. There he is, opening the refrigerator with his head all the way in, looking for a carton of eggs. Jeremy, what are you doing? we're at the place with the egg sandwiches. I said, well, I like making them myself. Plus, I got a dozen, so I can make more than one. So we started calling them eggs, and it was a really fun time. We had a great 10 days with it, coming up with different ways of saying eggs. But Jeremy pulled me aside. He's like, listen, I'm okay with the nickname around the guys, but don't do it in front of girls. They're gonna think my farts smell like eggs. It's a true story, is it not, Jeremy? So, I would like to just turn my attention to Jeremy and Lauren and speak to them directly and give them advice, but in a language that Jeremy will be able to understand. I am a married guy, and I think I'm in a good position to give advice. As you think about your single life, your married life, it will become a shell of its former self. There will be times when everything is easy. You might even say, over easy. Where the sunny side is always up. But sometimes, times might be hard, boiled. Things get runny, things get messy, things could even get scrambled. But when life gives you eggs, you give it egg salad. Now, if everyone were to raise their glass, whatever my glass. Tomorrow night, Lauren and Jeremy, can't wait to celebrate with you. The two of you are great friends of mine. I'm looking forward to dancing tomorrow. Many bunny hops from Jeremy. And congratulations to you and many more. Duke-a-doo.